From his early days as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to being one of the highest paid actors in the movie industry, Will Smith has become a very household name, which would explain his current net worth. Here's how Will Smith spends his $350 million. Will Smith is a man who never forgets his roots, and who's also shown in his love for his hometown basketball team. Known locally as the Sixers, Will Smith, his wife Jada, and several other partners jointly own the basketball team. Will Smith and his wife acquired a part of the team for an undisclosed amount in 2011. Evan Turner, a Sixers guard, posted on his social media, "I think it's dope that the Fresh Prince is one of our new owners. Maybe Willow can perform at halftime." This is one of the major cars in Will's collection. This baby is an ultra-luxury, high-performance sedan packing a V12 engine given over 600 horses of power. Will has all of these features and more in his Maybach, and he got it for about $500,000. This car was unveiled at the 2005 Geneva Motor Show with the S standing for special, and you can be sure that this car is a special one indeed. It also happens to be the most expensive in his collection. Even though his property is a modest purchase, it's still one hell of a house. The property is 7.8 miles away from the Calabasas estate and is believed to be occupied by either staff or family. However, the Smith Family Trust purchased the property in 2011 for a little short of $1 million. The over 4,000 square foot mock medium-style mini mansion includes 5 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms. Its other amenities include double-height ceilings, 3 fireplaces, and a 2-car attached garage, and a small swimming pool and a spa. For someone who has got his own luxurious private movie trailer, you probably wouldn't expect Will Smith to actually take the economy class on a commercial plane, right? If he doesn't have the option to fly first class, he'll just get a private jet instead. For example, in 2011, Will rented a plane from Dublin to Manchester because no companies had a first class option for the flight. Sure, he had to pay like $12,000 for the plane ride, but the comfort he got was definitely worth it, and he makes more than that every second that he breathes, so whatevs. Will Smith has also invested in other business ventures that he believes will be profitable over time. For example, he and Mark Foster acquired the group Telepool, and since we're talking about one of Europe's oldest and largest firm licensing groups, the value was not low. Concerning the business purchase, Will Smith said, "Mark and I took a close look at Telepool and discovered a company with an incredible reputation and many potentials. We look forward to working together to create unique opportunities." If you've ever seen iRobot, a movie that Will Smith happened to star in, you probably know this bike. What makes it interesting is that this chopper-style version of the bike became a part of his collection. It was built by the famous team at Orange County Choppers, and it was featured on their show. Orange County Choppers used exclusive development artwork and sketches of the robotic-looking bike. It was presented on the red carpet during the film's premiere, and it also appeared on the American Chopper 2, Full Throttle video game. Will is an absolute lover of cars, and not just any kind of cars either. He has a special place for cars like the Mustang in his heart. We've seen his love for classics while filming I Am Legend in a Mustang Shelby. It was introduced as a hardtop convertible on April 17th in 1964, and it comes with a top speed of 138 miles per hour. In addition, it's got a 0 to 60 time of 6.6 seconds. It's got 15-inch wheels, a Goodyear Blue Dot tires, a powerful V8 engine, and a 4-speed manual transmission. All this for a meager $45,000. Will Smith do be loving his classic cars, but he can also make do with some pretty cool supercars, like this Bentley. This Bentley Azure is an ultra-exclusive convertible powered by a turbocharged V8 that provides more than enough power. This car is perfect for solo or couple drives, and it comes at $370,000. This property no longer belongs to Will Smith. It is still one of the most expensive purchases he's ever made in his career. This house was purchased in 2015 for $10 million and was later sold for $12 million. This amazing home comes with 7 acres of oceanfront property. The compound is so large that it has 2 gated entrances, and it's got 4 residential complexes with 7 large bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms altogether. Other amenities include a private studio, a 50-foot swimming pool, a spa, a tennis court, and a private beach. Yeah, a Ford Taurus. I'm sad this made it on the list, but let's just hop, skip, and fart on over to the next topic. We know that Will Smith lives in very luxurious mansions, but even when traveling for work, he moves in the absolute most luxurious ways a noodle can imagine. His own fancy trailer. The movie trailer and the living area cover about 1,200 square feet and sit on 22 wheels with 14 TV screens. About $30,000 worth of leather and $125,000 worth of technology. See, the entire trailer cost our boy around $2.5 million, but he rents it out for $9,000 a week to other actors. It's got a main lounge area and a full kitchen with $100,000 to $200,000 worth of granite countertops, and the floor upstairs, which is used for washing dailies and conducting business, has a 30-person screening room with state-of-the-art technology. This only makes sense. Regular people tend to give gifts to family and friends that they love. It's only logical that Will Smith does the same for his family. However, Will's gifts to his kids aren't, your typical ones, which his kids have their own fame and fortune. It doesn't really stop Will from actually spoiling them every once in a while. For example, Will Smith lives in one of her father's houses and received a Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Jaden also received a Tesla Model X and often receives designer clothing. I bet Trey Smith gets his fair share of presents too. Will Smith has starred in countless movies, but he's also invested a ton of cash in opening his own film studio in partnership with Jada and James Lessiter, called Overbrook Entertainment. This company produces music, films, and television shows and was initially created to help Will Smith find roles and become a producer. The company also worked with many famous production companies like Nickelodeon, Sony Pictures Entertainment, and Universal Pictures. Overbrook also has produced Gotham, Hawthorne, The Karate Kid, etc. Apart from living a very luxurious life, Will Smith also has got a little bit of a philanthropic side. With a massive fortune of $350 million, Will believes he can contribute to helping others in need. He and his wife have created the Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation, which, according to their website, aims to, quote-unquote, benefit inner-city community development, youth educational projects, and underprivileged children and their families. In 2017, they made donations to the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency to help families who experienced tragedy during the hurricane. Will Smith also owns a Cadillac Escalade, which was made in 1965, which might just be the oldest car in his collection. This car is one hell of a vehicle, though, for an oldie, and it comes at a price of about $45,000. Will Smith is a genuinely lovable person from what we can tell, most of the time. He's also used his wealth to help young business upstarts build their companies. Will wants to use this money to support projects that he actually believes in. For example, he became one of the investors in Step, an online bank that allows teens to send and receive money without dealing with additional The amount invested by the actor wasn't actually revealed, but Step managed to pull together $22 million. Being from Philadelphia, Will decided to get a house in the area. Going back to his roots means a lot to him, and he got a home worth almost $1 million in Philly. He got this house along with his wife Jada Pinkett Smith in 1997, where he had just gotten married. While this estate looks pretty luxurious, covering over 8,000 square feet, it seems pretty modest, especially compared to some of the other houses that we're going to cover. A year after buying the Bryn Mawr home, Will Smith decided to get another house in Philadelphia, closer to his family. That house cost about $700,000, and it sits on a 2,165 square feet of land. A celebrity's car collection isn't really complete unless there's a luxury SUV involved. The same applies to Will Smith. His ride of choice is the Mercedes-Benz GL 450, which is worth $77,000. There are really cool features in the specs that come with it. Plus, this car is large enough to carry the entire Smith family. The super classy neighborhood of Hidden Hills, California is home to a lot of stars, and that includes our very own Will Smith. Or at least his son, Jaden. The Smiths bought this property in 2003 for about $3.4 million. This property has 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, and it's been occupied by Will's son, Jaden, since 2017. Will Smith is known to be one of the best actors, and he's won a lot of awards, which means he can definitely afford to get himself and his family a nice place to live. Nice feels like an understatement, though, for this $42 million mansion. This property is so massive that it sits on 150 acres of land, and it's got its own postcode. The mega mansion has a unique circular floor plan, 9 bedrooms, a functioning recording studio, and a home cinema. In addition, the estate is so large that it includes a basketball and volleyball court, and of course, a golf course. And hey, that about wraps it up. If you enjoyed it, watch this video next.